What's up, beautiful people? You already know this is LeVar, aka Ramsey, the editor-in-chief of Snub Magazine. And you know how on the sit down we have special guests come on. And today we have a special guest. You know, on the sit down, I don't introduce myself. I let our guests introduce themselves. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to our guest today.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Jasmine Aikey. I just graduated from Stanford, and I am now starting my rookie year in the NWSL with Denver Summit.
Awesome, awesome. Number one, thank you for taking the time out to speak to us. I've seen everything that, we looked over and it was just phenomenal. So we had to jump in and get you on the show and stuff like that. So let's jump right into it. Like I tell my guests, it's not an interview, it's a conversation. Let's jump to how it all began for you, right? Let's not just like jump to where you're at now. Let's start for who is Jasmine? Let's start off there.
Well, I'd say I'm a very competitive person. So when I was younger, I actually started playing softball. That was my first sport. My dad was one of the coaches. And then he missed the first year of AYSO sign-up. So I started soccer a year later and just fell in love with it. Did a lot of other sports growing up, but ultimately soccer was the one I stuck with, and I ended up going to college for it. So yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Um, where did the passion come from for you? Because a lot of times we have our parents and they'll throw certain things on us and we'll go out there and do it right, and then we'll come back and be like, that may not be for me, or they'll stack so many things on us. What made it to the point where it's like, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I want to take it to that professional level?
Yeah, I mean, I had my parents as great role models, and I think I got a lot of their personalities. I'm an only child, so I feel like
Okay.
I'm a pretty even split between both of them. And my mom's a very competitive person, so is my dad. So I honestly, a little bit of that just came naturally to me. And then as I grew up and figured out that that's what I wanted to do, the competitiveness helped push me to reach an elite level.
Definitely, definitely. At the age that you are, like you said, you already earned your degree in computer science, from what I've seen, at Stanford. How did you balance being an elite athlete and one with a demanding academic program that you were in?
A lot of tears. I cried a lot. No.
No, I get it.
Honestly, I think it was just about making sacrifices. For me, that meant a lot of like social sacrifices. I had to make sure I was at practice and at office hours, so I'd pass all my classes. But I really enjoyed my degree, so I think that helped a lot. And soccer, obviously.
Definitely, definitely. As far as when it came down to, you said something about making sacrifices. A lot of times people see the things that you do or whatever we do behind the scenes, and they see like all the pictures and the videos, and they're like, oh, I want to get to that level, right? But they never know, like you even brought up, there was nights when you was like, you said you was like crying, like, dang, like I want to be out there. I want to enjoy myself, right? But this is where it brought you to. People oftentimes we see them. I've said it before, also in our conversation, real quick. People often separate student and athletes, and you redefine the student athlete looks like. And was that intentional for you, or because sometimes you have it to where people they'll be an athlete and then their grades aren't too good, and then you have the ones that they excel on both lanes. And like you did say, you're competitive all the way around. So did that play a role into that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my parents were both probably better nerds than they were athletes, but they did give me some athletic ability, but no, it was just like I feel like I got really lucky. I mean, I kind of just followed in their footsteps, and excellence was always the standard in our household, and I wanted all of that for myself. Like it was less of a pressure from them and more of I saw what they were able to do, and I wanted to meet those standards and exceed them. And I haven't yet, so still working on it. But just yeah, really competitive and like always wanting to be perfect. Like a minus wasn't good enough, had to be an A. And if it was an A plus, even better. That was kind of just my mentality throughout school. So I think that's what helped me for sure.
Definitely. There's a lot of talk right now that we've seen. There's like about representation in sports. What would you say to young girls watching you who may not see themselves reflected in the headlines yet? And we're gonna get into what you've already accomplished already. But we want to tap on that. What would you say to those young girls watching that don't see the representation?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of great female and especially Black female role models, more so nowadays. And I think people just keep breaking barriers. And I'd say, even if you don't see yourself up there right now, you can be that person for, young girls in the future. I was lucky I had a lot of great role models on the field and off the field, but definitely like break those glass ceilings. Like, don't confine yourself just because you don't see someone like you up there yet. You could be the first.
Definitely. And you broke a ceiling yourself. You made history as the first Black female to win both the MAC Hermann Trophy and the Academic All-American Team Member of the Year in the same season. What does that bear-breaking moment mean to you personally? Like, do you ever look back at yourself, like the younger self of you, like, why am I doing this? But then you see that you done already like broke a record like this. What does that moment mean to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I look back on, times where I was struggling when I was younger, and it's kind of like a bit of an I made it moment, or like that hard work paid off. And I think it's also inspiring for me now, like as I'm struggling through my rookie year and adjusting to a completely new level, like relying on the fact that I know that hard work can and will pay off, but you have to trust the process. Delayed gratification, just gotta keep working at it, because a lot of the things that I was working on when I was 13 with my soccer game didn't really shine through until I was 20 this past year. So just really about like keeping my head down and working as hard as I can.
Definitely. And you tapped in on something when you're talking about like the process, right? Because a lot of people think that it just happens overnight. Like I said, they see things on social media or they see the things that we do, and they automatically assume like, oh, I can do that, or I can do that, or they're in the comment section saying certain things or whatever, whatnot. We know how they do. Um, how do you keep yourself focused in those moments when critics are coming or when Jasmine may need time to herself just to like I need me moment, you know?
Yeah, no, I think I got lucky. My dad's always been a great help for me mentally. He can always see when I'm starting to spiral, and he's like, like, don't worry about this, like, focus on what's important. And one of the things he always tells me is like, the obstacle is the way. Like, you need to enjoy the process. You can't think about the end goal. If you're not enjoying the process, you're not going to be putting your full effort in. You're not going to get everything that you want out of it.
Yeah. When your name was called for those two prestigious moments and trophies, uh what was those feelings coming in at that moment? Did you do the whole maybe like Beyonce like stuck for a second or was you like what was the what was the moment for you like when it was your moment?
Yeah, I found out about the Academic American through an email.
Oh
Um,
wow.
that one was a that one was a like, Mom, Dad, come up
Right.
here. That
All
was that kind of
right.
moment. And then, for the Herman, it was like already just an honor to be at the ceremony. And then I was like, oh shoot, I need to go make sure I don't mess up the speech. But
Right.
it was fun. Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely just grateful.
Absolutely. Who are some women that you looked up to on and off the field?
Well, off the field, first name is my mom, Marlene Santillo. The things that she's been able to do in her life, and she set me up for such an easy life. She's an immigrant from Haiti when she was 5, and I've pretty much not had to struggle a day in my life or anything because of her. So very grateful for her, and she continues to break barriers. And then on the field, I mean, one of my favorite players ever since I was younger, Katarina Macario,
Right.
Stanford legend, and just an amazing player. So yeah.
Definitely. The Denver Summit FC called you a generational talent. Do you embrace that title? Do you see yourself as someone who works relentlessly?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't have a good answer for you there, but I will say
You don't
that
have to have a perfect
I am I
answer.
am gonna I am gonna work my ass off. I think that's a lot of people don't see, I guess, the work that I put in, and I need to continue to put in more work because this is a big adjustment, and I'm really excited to, see how much better I can get because I don't think I'm anywhere near my ceiling.
Definitely, definitely. And you've already broken ceilings already, at such a young age. 5 years from now, where do you want to see yourself going and what would that chapter look like, not just as a player, but like as a person?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't thought about it yet. I think I've been so
It's fine.
consumed on like what I can do right now. I've been trying to stay
Right.
more present. I have a tendency to get ahead of myself, so I don't have a good answer, but definitely I want to see improvements in all these areas where I can see that I have potential, and I hope that
Right.
I've put in the work to get there and hopefully exceeded whatever potential I think I have right now.
Definitely, definitely. We have this thing on the sit down. We have these last three questions for you that we ask. And they're like three fun questions for you. So,
Okay.
the first one is, in three words, in three separate words, what is the words that best describe who Jasmine is personally?
Hmm. Competitive has to be one. Um, I'm gonna say funny. I don't know if
Okay.
everyone would agree. I find myself very funny. Um, and then, hmm. Well, I'd say, oh, I'm trying to think of one word. Let's go with chill. I've been
Okay.
trying to be more chill recently. Like, as much as I want to be competitive, I've also been trying to take time to myself to just be calmer. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Has it been working?
It has so
Oh,
far, but
okay.
ask me again in a couple months and maybe it has.
Right.
It works
Right.
until it doesn't, yeah.
Right. The second one is if you could be in anybody's shoes for 24 hours, past or present, whose shoes would you want to be and why?
Such an interesting. Oh,
Right. It always
um,
shakes people when we do those ones.
maybe I keep coming back to like the Olympic athletes in this
Okay.
past like probably like Suni Lee. Like I'd love to be good
Okay.
at snowboarding. Like I that's really cool. That's something where, me and Snow don't really agree. So
Right,
maybe I
right.
want to be good at it for
Is there any like other like hobbies that you like turn to besides
Oh, sorry, let me take that back.
Oh, you're right.
Tiger Woods. I wish I was good
Oh,
at golf. I love
oh,
golf. Terrible
okay.
at it. Any of the great golfers, I would have loved to be in their shoes. Nelly Korda. Oh, it'd be amazing. But yeah.
Whether the last question that we have for you is many times people don't know that and you may already know but you may not know you're considered a role model, right? A lot of people do look up to you whether you've broken the records already. What do you say to those individuals that are like, you know what, I want to get to where she's at this moment, and they may not understand the journey? What are some words of encouragement you can give to those people?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me and my life and to get here and what I know I have to improve in, it's like um kind of like comes to the back, like success is not overnight. Like I had my best college season after having one of my worst college seasons where I was injured and only scored one goal and generally played terribly and then broke my ankle. So I think it's just you can't let the bad days stop you from having the good days.
Right.
Yeah. And all those bad days add up. It's a phrase my dad likes to say. Bad days lead to the good days. So really just persevere as much as you can and good days are coming.
Definitely. And is there any final words you want to give to anybody that may be watching today? Just anything about yourself that you want to throw out there, and also how people can find you.
Um any last things? I mean, honestly, I think the biggest thing is like you have to have fun with what you're doing because if you're not having fun, you're not going to want to do the hard things that help make you better. So
Right.
that's a big thing. And yeah, I mean, you can find me on Instagram. I'm not really on much social media, but you can also catch me at the Denver Summit games when we travel around the country or back here in Denver. So yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Well, we look forward to seeing more of you, and we'll be definitely cheering you on. I'm sure you're going to be breaking more barriers. And number one, congratulations on breaking the barriers
thank you.
that you've already done. Those things are phenomenal. And anytime you have anything else that's going on, understand that us here at Snub Magazine will definitely support you. However, if we got to put out an article, whatever it is, we're here to support you on that end. All right.
Thank you so much. This has been super fun.
Absolutely. Everybody, that's the end of the sit down. Thank you all for joining us, and it was phenomenal. Make sure you follow Jasmine and cheer her on, and keep doing what you're doing. And until next time, everybody.
Awesome. See ya.